So John Lofstock and I, Ernie Harker, here at the Ignite booth, 2025 NACS show. And we just want to kind of find out explore our favorite things from NACS and maybe some things that we think could go better. What's one of your highlights?
I have to start by saying this is my 29th NACS show.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, which is kind of hard. I mean, I'm only 35, so.
I know, when you were 6 years old, Mom brought you here to get you some Red Bull.
Oh my God.
Sugar.
And it was the best. So obviously seeing the show grow over the years where it used to be in a room. It used to be tabletops. It used to be the same retailers, kind of the founding fathers of our industry. And now walking around this trade show floor, you're seeing the innovation. You're seeing the AI take hold. Mm-hmm. You're seeing next generation go-to-market strategies in terms of how to reach customers, what they call omni-channel
marketing
on their terms, right? So that means including mobile apps. It includes third-party delivery. It includes online order, a mobile platform, which is all really cool stuff, right? It's the stuff we talked about 20 years ago. Will we ever get there? We never thought we'd get there. COVID accelerated all of that.
Okay, yeah.
And here we are. And we're seeing kind of the manifestation of all of that.
Take me back 20-something years ago.
Sure.
Okay. What was technology like? I mean, the technology, everything is running on systems and using AI, and there's a lot of dialogue about how convenience stores, which most people wouldn't think, they're not techie.
Oh,
There's tons of tech now. What was it like 20-something years ago?
One of the first articles I wrote when I came into the industry in the mid 90s was there was a chain that launched a food service program and they had fried chicken. And it was a big deal.
Yeah.
And so when you talk about how it's evolved, I mean, just look around here, right?
Yeah.
We are in the top of our Ignite booth, but if you can, we could pan around later.
Yeah, they can see that this thing goes on forever. And this is only half?
This is only half of the trade show floor, but this is kind of the food side. So this is the fun side, as we like to say. There was high hopes that the industry, in order to grow, right, once you start looking at your business model, Cokes, smokes, fuel.
Yeah.
How do we get out of that model? That's not a sustainable model. Walmart was growing. Kmart at the time existed.
So bigger competitors moving into the market. They're setting
the fuel market, right?
Smaller shops, smaller like convenience store, even on site.
Yes.
Many of them on site. Mm-hmm.
And there was a time where they thought Walmart was going to come in and decimate the industry, and Costco was going to come in and decimate the industry, and the exact opposite happened. The industry stepped up its game. The industry got into food service, got smarter with how they purchase fuel, how they hedge fuel. So when you're buying fuel at a better price, you can sell it at a better price. Suddenly a Walmart discount of just a few cents is not as big a deal when I can go here and get my sandwich and get my, and still get my Cokes and smokes and fill up.
And especially with loyalty now, because I would say 20 years ago, loyalty was like, if you had a loyalty program, it was kind of like just a paper punch card kind of program. The technology for loyalty is like way further. We're able to reach people where they live and work and travel on the go with relevant offers.
And I'm going to steal a line or a word that you and Maverick kind of coined. You don't own the word, but you certainly made it popular. Audacious.
Audacious, okay.
Loyalty programs started out with an audacious goal. They weren't ready to get where they wanted to be, but we had a goal. And that goal was basically what it is today. How do we have one platform where we reward customers on essentially everything, where we compete with supermarkets, where we can compete with mass retailers, and even some of these online, there were other loyalty programs that people are trying, third parties are trying to get into our industry and capitalize on fuel sales and things like that. But the industry stuck to its guns. It had a plan. It had a vision for this one omni-channel approach. And it's working. It's working tremendously. Mobile apps. I mean, when you look at the tie-in of mobile apps, and now NACS has an 8112 digital coupon initiative. Now you're tying all that together, and it's this. The synthesis is this great program where every customer feels like, that are using their loyalty program. They look at their app. They feel like they have a personal connection with their brand, much like you would with United or Marriott if you're a business traveler.
Right.
Let's face it, I'm a business traveler. I'm always looking at my United status, make sure I don't lose it.
So you're a United guy?
Yes.
I'm a Delta guy, and I'm the same way, man. It's almost it's a gamification of keep status. what do I need to do to spend more money
to keep my status
stay
for
in
next year.
business?
I want to be a loyal customer because when I show them loyalty, they give back.
Yeah.
And the C stores are the same way. Then, you see it with like Ignite just had a deal with Sheets that's been talked about.
Yeah,
And
huge deal. Sheets, one of the biggest, most recognized, not necessarily largest, like in terms of locations, but definitely one of the brands that has the most presence, mental presence, brand presence. They are phenomenal. To have a key player like that in our industry use Ignite's loyalty platform says a lot about Ignite.
about its platform. And what I like about the deal, and it was just announced right before the NACS show, is that I always considered Sheets to be the best, right? To be one of the best. You talk about a handful of the top 5. They are certainly in the top 5. And they already had a great loyalty program. And when they needed a loyalty provider that can meet their high standards, that we were able to fill the gap. And they do it right. So if you haven't seen their mobile app and the things they do,
oh my gosh,
their loyalty program, it's fantastic.
Well, for smaller retailers, they don't have 800, 1,200 stores.
Like
you don't have the budgets to kind of go through the process of finding the right partner. Well, if you know Sheets, they don't do anything second class.
No.
They've done the research to find out like who's the best in the market, who have they vetted out. And so you kind of know, well, if Sheets is using XYZ partner, chances are they're probably a really good partner to go with.
And they drove with the press. You mentioned in the press release, they drive innovation. So there were some things that they brought to the table and that are unique to them. And I mean, they're always thinking. They're so smart over there. But we had I think it was a 5 or 7 store chain that I work with, basically came in today and said, I have the same solution, the same technology that Sheets is using. Absolutely. You have access to the same thing. You're a 7-store chain. So now you know.
There's a difference between like having the platform and knowing how to operate it. So Sheets knows how to operate a platform. The people at Ignite have best practices. And so while there's no like sharing of what these guys are doing, what these guys are doing, because those are proprietary. The programs are proprietary. The platform is capable. You want to do something audacious? The platform can handle that audacity.
Absolutely. And going back to your original question about what have I seen and what has evolved, the quality of the retailer is so much greater than it was even 5 years ago. People aren't coming in going, well, we're thinking about this. They're coming in and saying, I have this problem. I need this solution. What can you tell us?
Very intentional business people.
And what's funny is guys like, Pat Lewis, our CEO, has been around the industry for, 30 years. And
he doesn't even look that old.
But they, from all his speaking and stuff and word of mouth, they come in looking for him. Hey, where's Pat? Right? He's in a meeting. Does he know you're coming? No, I just have this and that's a good problem to have when they see you as a problem solver and a solutions provider.
Is there anything like product-wise that you look around and you go, 5, 6 years ago? Maybe it's even longer than that. The big energy push.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Everything was energy drinks. So I'm glad to see that kind of like the pendulum swing back to something a little normal.
I think most people just assume you drink energy drinks all day.
Absolutely, all day long.
But those first few years when they had the monster, the women in bikinis on trampolines and everything, I was like, I love this industry. But anyway, the shameless plug for Crispy Crunchy. They do it right. There's a reason the line is always wrapped around. A good product. But on the innovation side, I saw an ice cream company that has kind of a for real look to a perfectly made ice cream cone that I thought was pretty cool. The cool new product section has a ton of stuff like that. But in terms of innovation, I think this year, like last year, the theme is AI, and you're starting to see the technology companies, the fuel companies in the PEI section incorporating AI and predictable analytics into their solutions because it helps with ordering, it helps with your back office and inventory, capital
staffing.
Oh my God, staffing.
Oh my gosh,
is
because that's a huge expense for retailers.
Number 2 expense for retailers, buying credit card fees. And we have the Mashgen solution down in our booth. We got a ton of penetration on Mashgen, and it wasn't the kicking the tires thing. It was, they wanted to get into the nuts and bolts. I need a presentation when we get back on pricing, on how I can do this. With the Mashton, you saw our command center.
Yeah.
We can have one employee essentially
Manage
covering three to four spots.
Yeah.
So
you don't have to have 4 employees, which is labor.
You can have 2 on staff, and one can be stocking shelves and interacting with customers.
Which I kind of like. I mean, the whole idea of when you hire people, you're not always hiring Ernie. Engaging, fun, and like talking to people. You want one of those guys at the front.
100%.
But sometimes the guy that doesn't want to be engaging, just give him some tasks and they will get it done. Put that guy in the store.
Yes.
Cleaning, stocking, making sure things are functioning. You don't want to put the wrong tool in the wrong position.
100%.
And so I think what's great is the technology allows us to, first of all, time the staff, getting right people, right places for the right times, the busy times.
And this AI and the analytics will help you know when those right times are. And take it one step further is the way the software is written now and the interfaces are, you can even some shelf tags and shelf monitoring. You can get alerts when you're at a product is low on the shelf, or when the coolers, this has been going on for when the coolers slip to a certain degree and they're too warm.
Yeah.
The managers will get alerts on their phone.
Yeah, all
in real
that
time.
data is available.
Yes.
But now the technology through AI computing, we're able to get the most important information right in the right people's eyeballs
at the right time. And these cameras now that we're tying, talking about the AI, it's a camera that is observing when the pizza oven that you have on your front counter is empty. It is literally, the AI can tell that it's empty and send an alert. So it's really cool stuff.
Oh yeah. One of the things I love is you mentioned crispy crunchy chicken. Everybody in the industry is leveling up with their quality and service because they know they have to compete with the QSRs of the world, the Wendy's, the Chick-fil-A's, the Burger Kings, the Subways, and stuff like that. So what used to be perceived as like, oh, that's gas station food, is now like, oh, that's gas station food. That's actually a preferred product because the competition has driven the quality so much.
100%.
Have you seen?
Yeah, well, have you seen, I went over to the Core-Mark booth and someone was telling me about how Core-Mark is upping its game on food service.
Yeah.
And they have a new Asian program. They have a chicken tikka masala over rice.
Oh, yeah. I saw they have I saw the little Greek program, or like the nice marinated chicken. And I'm eating this going, this is delicious and it looks super healthy.
And you can be a 2 or 3 store chain and now have access to that food service solution if you're a Core-Mark customer. And what that does is it gets you into a really good food service program at minimal cost. So it expands your
customer base,
100%.
Expands your market.
But here's why that's so important is because mobile apps, and we do it with Vroom, right? Vroom, we call mobile transmit ordering with Vroom.
Yeah.
When a customer in a market now goes on to Vroom, or they're using the Vroom platform to go on to DoorDash or Uber Eats.
Yeah.
It used to be, back in the day, you ordered from Domino's or the local pizza place, but now on that app, every restaurant in the market is your competition.
Right.
So the customer's gonna be like, what do I want today? They can literally have the local Chinese place, the Japanese place, a steakhouse, Wawa, Sheetz.
The convenience store chicken.
100%. If you're not playing in that space, if you don't have a compelling food service offering,
if you're not on the radar, you will not get the business.
100%, right? What's that old saying? You're not going to get 100% of the business you're not trying to get.
Yeah.
So something like this now, people could be like, well, now, I can get a chicken tikka masala at, Ernie's Mini Mart, and it's good. And that's really cool.
2 nights ago, I was able to go to, you were with me there. We were at the Stinker Stores
Chain of the
celebration that they were the Chain of the Year. C-Store Decisions puts together this annual thing. They've done it since when?
Well, I did it for 25 years.
Okay.
It was me.
So there's a whole list. There's a lineup of amazing operators that are recognized for excellence. And they're not, what's nice is it's not about size of chain. It's not like you have to be big to be recognized. To hear the stories of like Nancy and her late husband, they talked about, they're just normal, everyday people, not born in wealth. They came from very humble backgrounds. And this is common throughout the whole industry. You have these humble families, humble people that go, there's an opportunity in the convenience industry to make a meaningful income and a difference in the community.
100%.
And I think, where else do you see that? Royalties, what kind of industries do you see
it's a
that?
special industry, right? I talk to people all the time that work in the drugstore industry or the supermarket industry. Through consolidation, there just aren't as many chains anymore as there used to be.
Right.
You could never do a drugstore conference like this. There's just not that many drugstore operators. Same thing with mass and supermarket. So this industry inherently is collaborative in that every chain, their number one seller, they post, there's no on price, they post the price of their top selling thin fuel right out there on the street for the whole world to see.
So it's not like they're secret.
It's no secret, right? So they learned years ago through the hard work of NACS, have to give NACS and Gurley and the old timers, that recognized in the 70s and 80s that this is where we needed to be. We needed to work together to elevate everybody.
Yeah.
So, you don't have whatever NACS show this is by accident. I mean, it was people who agreed, this is what we are, this is what we stand for, and this is what we're going to do. And getting back to Chain of the Year, though, that's what I wanted to say, is that the one common theme, and I literally personally picked like 22 Chain of the Years for that magazine. The one thing, with a strong emphasis on family-owned businesses, that was our motto, small, mid-sized, large, and family-owned, was the people. They all had an emphasis on the people that they brought into the company and hired, because when you have them right, that's what drives the engine.
Sure. So looking forward, 2026, what should C-store operators and or like suppliers be thinking of for 2026?
For 2026, I think the name of the game is going to continue to be to understand your customer.
Okay.
You have to understand their trips. We have something called Epiphany at Ignite, and that's a good lead in. I don't think you were leading me there, but a part of our Epiphany AI, and I do want to touch on AI, is we're monitoring missions and journeys of the customer. We can set all this up so if they haven't come in 60 days or 90 days, we can message them, we can email them, we can track them and say, hey, come back, here's a free cup of coffee. And
that's automatically, because it's monitoring their behavior, it knows where they're at. So that offers them a specific message. Is that what you're saying? So like you're talking about the future of marketing is happening now.
It's happening now. I mean, as AI takes hold more and more, it's going to continue to evolve. And I have to be honest with you, in ways that we may not even foresee right now.
Yeah.
The opportunities are really limitless.
Yeah.
But for the retail side, you can't do everything. Yeah. There's financial investments. There's ways. There's a limited number of capital that chains of all sizes have. So you got to pick that one or two things that you think are going to help. Taking care of the customer has got to be number one, right?
What do you mean by taking care of the customer? Are you talking about because there's so many different ways. One is like make sure they have the best offer.
Yep.
And good deal. There's also like their emotional well-being, the environment, the personnel connection. That's taking care of the customer. What do you mean by?
Okay, taking care of the customer means to reward them, to thank them for their service, to be a partner. So to understand that I'm not just a Ernie C-store customer. I am a partner. I am shopping there, and in return for that, I'm getting. I'm earning rewards towards my next trip.
Right. So it's more than just transactional. It's like we have a transaction, but I need to show my appreciation. I need to show you something above and beyond the quid pro quo.
We hear all the time that people want equity, and that term's used in a lot of different ways, but people want to feel, especially this younger generation, that are very influenced by social media and influencers, and they were running around the trade show floor yesterday. But they want to feel like they have a say, and they want to feel that their voice is being heard. And how can you make your voice being heard? By where you shop, by where you spend your money. Right now, we're not in a recession, but money's tight. Price of things has gone up. The costs have gone up. So what am I getting? Well, I'm going to go spend $20 for lunch. What am I going to get? Am I going to have a good experience? Am I going to earn points towards
future purchases?
Absolutely. If I'm going to get $1 or $2 back. So we all agree that is the thing to do. Now it becomes, how do we use AI? How do we use technology to influence those purchases? How do we use it to communicate on a weekly level? We value you. You're appreciated. Thanks for coming in last week. Here's a coupon. Come in again next week. We haven't seen you. That's all stuff that the industry's been doing, but now this AI can take it to a whole other level. Like you said, it's all done in the beginning. In the beginning, you set up the mission, you set up how you want it to go,
how you want the customer experience to be. So you were mentioning Epiphany. This basically think of the Epiphany as this big data lake. All your data comes together in one place. And then you have programs that pull that data out for they're looking for specific data so that it can create missions.
Yeah.
So it knows
who's this circle that hasn't come in 6 months? Or
Right.
Who's this
Right.
that hasn't been here in a week?
We need a mission for them.
Pulls it out, and they create a mission. So how do we get these people back, in here?
Yeah. So if it knows Ernie's a fuel-only customer, one of the missions that a retailer would do is like, we need that fuel-only customer. We're going to create a mission for them to come in and try our breakfast food, or maybe the lowest barrier of entry is like, let's give them a dispense bev.
But here's how that conversation used to go, though, was how do we get that fuel customer in? No, I don't know.
Oh, it would be more signs of the pump.
Yeah, exactly.
Cleaner windows. Well, now we can target them with a specific ad.
With a specific ad. As soon as they swipe their card, a specific ad comes up.
On the TV screen, or even
or they get a text message.
Yeah.
Hey, and you don't say, "Hey, we know you're at the pump. You're wearing a blue shirt." It says, you could say, "Welcome to Ernie's," or you don't do anything.
Yeah.
Just here's $1 off a cup of coffee.
Right, Ernie. We'd love to see you in the store.
Half the audience is going to go, "Oh, wow, great timing," right? And the other half's going to go, "Oh, they know I'm here." But it doesn't matter. It's still, "Oh, cool, $1." I drink coffee.
And then what's great about the data is anybody who's been given that message, we can see what's the take rate on that.
So you move
message.
them into a different segment in the lake house. Yeah.
And then you can find out, okay, we moved Ernie from fuel only to he came in and got a coffee. Now it cost us $1. No, it cost us like 40 cents, right?
Even less.
All in
Yeah.
labor, water. So it cost us 40 cents. You know what? He didn't come back and get another coffee. So probably because he doesn't drink coffee.
Yeah, well, I was going to say.
Let's say Ernie did drink coffee, and then we hit him again for a free coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, then a week later, we see that he bought a coffee. We can then check to see what did we invest in his experience, because there's a cost, but what did we get out of it? How many purchases did this guy get? And then we can say in that mission of all the Ernies in our platform, how many Ernies took advantage of their offer, and what were converted, and then what was the ROI on that offer?
And
we
you can
spent this many coffees. Yeah. This is how many we sold.
And when they start talking about, people always ask the question, how can I ROI my loyalty program? This is a good way. So, but take that back a little further. So the coffee doesn't work. Let's say you offered that coffee promotion to 200 fuel customers that didn't come into the store, and only 5 took advantage of it, let's say.
Yeah.
All right. So now coffee might not work. So maybe we offer them $1 off a sandwich, or maybe we offer them a donut.
And you can test it. Test
100%.
the offer. Or you can test the level of discount. Oh, we did $1 off. We should let's try a free one. Let's try a buy one, get one.
And in
you
Epiphany,
can always test it.
In Epiphany, you can set that up. That's a trigger that you could set up you don't need to manage it. You can do that automatically. If the redemption rate is below 20%, switch to another offering.
Right. Automatically. So you get experts. You get someone like Ignite to help you set up these missions. They can help you set them up. They can teach you how to create your missions. They can teach you how to monitor those missions, so that are you getting the customer experience that you want them to have? And are you moving your customers up through a more profitable customer profile? Because in the past, it's been, we use traditional advertising, billboards, TV, radio, and you spend money. You have no idea if it's actually working, because you can't correlate the advertising spend to the income. Well, you can with your loyalty program, because the offers are customized, and the offers are like, when I redeem it, we know they
exactly who redeemed, because they have a special.
And it doesn't cost much. Like, I remember doing this when I was at Maverick. We would do like a salad billboard. We want to promote our salad, so we put a billboard up that has a big salad on it. Says, "Come and try the Maverick Chef Salad." When we do that, we'll spend $3,500 or so for a billboard for a month on I-15. Okay, how many salads that sell? What was the ROI on that? Well, but if I took $3,500 just on one billboard, and I said, I'm willing to spend $3,500 in salad and labor, okay? If I can actually measure how many people redeem the offer, and I can make that hit my advertising budget, because that was an ad budget.
You can.
How many salads? $3,500 buys a lot of salads. And that's salads that were in somebody's mouth, not someone that drove by it.
Yeah.
It's like in their mouth. What's the likelihood of a repeat purchase for someone who's actually tried the product? Man, as a marketer guy, I would play that game all day long. I'd put my money in that.
Oh, 100%. And that's, you know, one of the general benefits of loyalty and mobile app is that once they sign in, you know what they're buying,
Right.
and you know how to reach them and get them back. That elusive understanding the people who aren't current loyalty customers or aren't good, not good loyalty customers, or not everyday or frequent loyalty customers, in understanding their patterns and how to drive them in. Yeah. And you can't do that with a billboard, right?
No.
You have no idea.
Nope.
I mean, it's influencing people.
There's no way to measure it. And that is frustrating because in tighter ad budgets and it's getting more and more difficult to reach our customers through traditional advertising, through online advertising, like even social media content and promotional content out there. It's so hard to reach that customer. But if you have a loyalty program and you make the offers really good, especially at first, like I know some retailers will do like $1 off a gallon for your first fill up. Okay, it's worth me signing up for it. Like really? Or like, hey, 25-cent fountain drinks the first month that you are a loyalty program. And what's great about loyalty platforms now is like you can customize any kind of offer easily.
And by day part, right? Why be locked into just, you could do coffee in the morning, but in the afternoon or at night, no one's going to drink a cup of coffee. You turn that into a bottled water or a fountain drink.
Yeah.
It can, with AI and with these predictive analytics and when people are shopping and what they're buying, you can set this up so it's all done, plug and play. You don't have to do anything.
Oh man, if someone were to ask me what they would do to better improve their business,
what could you do to better improve your business?
I'm glad you asked, John. You're clairvoyant almost. I would say I love how generative AI is leveling the playing field for small operators to compete in marketing and advertising. Right. Because it used to be only those companies that had large budgets could get great video.
A big staff, first of all, a big staff to execute all of this.
Right, because it took time and money. What I think is fun about generative AI is that you can get someone with very limited experience in marketing, with no experience in like photography or video production, and in a matter of like weeks, not years, get them up and running using these AI tools to produce like national quality level marketing content. That's what I hope to see because I love the industry. Like, just for on a side note, I spoke at a the National Association of Natural Food Retailers. Okay. And I want you to understand, if you've never been to a Natural Food Retailers Association meeting, the breaks between event like sessions and stuff, there's like celery.
I was gonna say granola.
Carrots. Not even yummy granola. It's celery, carrots. There's hummus. There's water. The only drink you could get is water, and it's in reusable cups. So it's like at convenience.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Here at NACS and other association events, convenience retailer events, there's what flavor of M&Ms? The newest flavor of M&Ms. New Oreo.
Fried
new
anything.
Reese's,
fried Twinkies.
Fried Twinkies. Like, you've got all these delicious, like, indulgences. And plus, every beverage that you can imagine. So I'm walking from one session and I'm going, oh, good. Wait, s'mores flavored goldfish?
Oh,
yes,
hell yeah.
please.
Sign me up.
The new Takis? Yes, please. And they have these little sample packs. I'm like,
we're talking about crispy crunch there. You're getting
I love this,
right out of the fryer, hot, spicy chicken tenders that are to die for.
Totally.
You're a health
Hunt's
food.
Brothers Pizza. And I'm a healthy guy. But I love the little indulgences that the convenience
pizza.
market has.
Pizza's got tomatoes are vegetable. The cheese is it's very healthy.
Yeah, very
so
healthy.
Is the chicken.
Right.
I mean, they use 100% pure olive oil to fry that chicken.
Oh.
I mean, come on.
And love. I saw the people actually baking the biscuits.
Yep.
The guy was buttering it with love. It looked like honey and butter, but I'm pretty sure most of it was just love in there.
That's it, baby. Love and lard makes the best food. But as a whole, this show never ceases to amaze me in the just the sheer magnitude of what it becomes. Imagine to put on a show like this is.
I know. How many people show up at this thing?
Oh, 30,000 plus. Yeah. Not just logistically, literally assembling all the booths. It is amazing.
Yeah.
And they do it because, not because of love, but because there's an opportunity to make money.
There's business here.
There's business
here.
And it's big business and it's important business. And as making money is not a dirty phrase. It's not a bad thing.
Well, you need to make money to be able to make an impact.
100%. And customers, they want to spend money, but they want to feel valued and they want to feel like their voice is being heard and like they have they're a partner. And so taking that into account and then taking into account long-term how buying is changing with the younger generation.